Just wanted to go over some of the FAST Act, what it means for the fast food industry and some of the details of the law. It's a law looking to set out regulations as council, fast food sector council, to regulate California's fast food restaurants. The law defines a fast food chain as a set of restaurants consisting of 100 or more establishments nationally that share a common brand or that are characterized by standardized options for decor, marketing, packaging, products, and services. Now, the council's got wide power to set standards for minimum wages, working hours, and other working conditions related to the health, safety, and welfare of fast food establishments. And while that sounds pretty broad, it is, and I'll talk about why this is pretty unprecedented type of legislation, and that's why a lot of other states and industries are keeping their eye on this. Now, a fast food restaurant is also defined in the FAST Act, and it means any establishment in the state of California as part of a fast food chain. So that's that 100 or more establishments. And in its regular business operations, primarily provides food or beverages in the following manner: 1, for immediate consumption, either on or off the premises; 2, to customers who order or select items and pay before eating; 3, with items prepared in advance, including items that may be prepared in bulk, kept hot, or with items prepared or heated quickly; and 4th, with limited or no table service. And table service does not include orders placed by a customer or electronic device. So it's looking to regulate these fast food restaurants and the fast food chains here in California. Now, the council is comprised as 10 representatives, and I set out the composition of the council here on this slide. Now, the governor appoints the majority of these representatives on the council. The governor would appoint all but the 2 advocates for fast food restaurant employees. Those would be appointed by the Speaker of Assembly and the Senate Rules Committee, but the other 8 would be appointed by the governor. Each person on the council would have their 4-year terms, and they would be limited to no more than two terms on the council, so up to 8 years. And the law also sets out that the council must meet once every 6 months, and to promulgate the rules and regulations over the fast food industry. Now, the powers of the council. It's really unprecedented powers, and they're very wide. So as I mentioned before, they can set standards for minimum wages, maximum hours of work, and other working conditions for fast food restaurant employees. Working conditions is defined but not limited to wages, health and safety, security in the workplace, right to take time off work for protective purposes, right to be free from discrimination and harassment in the workplace. So it really set up this regulatory council that could govern and set rules separate from any rules that a California employer is subject to under the labor code, and really have a separate set of regulations just for the fast food industry. Also, I pointed out on the slide that the council can issue, amend, or repeal any other rules and regulations as necessary to carry out its duties. And the rules implemented by the council would have a preemptory effect over any other rules set by the state or any other agency that would impact the fast food industry. So this council has quite a bit of power, a lot of power, and they have this ability to amend and change any other rules issued by the state that could impact the fast food industry. So the big issue that got attention and is making news, the law permitted the council to increase the minimum wage for fast food workers up to $22 per hour by January 1st, 2023. Now that's on hold given this recent court preliminary injunction that just came out last Friday, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. But this was the main concern facing a lot of fast food operators here in the state of California, and then the minimum wage could be increased going forward at the lesser of 3.5% of the rate, basically inflation, and could be reviewed by the council. So I pointed out here on this slide too, the law permits these local fast food councils to be established as well. And this would permit a county or a city with a population of greater than 200,000 to establish these local councils. And they would have the ability to provide recommendations to the primary council appointed by the governor. So it would be interesting to see how that plays out if this law ever does take effect, and these local councils that might develop. And I also have another concern on the local level that I'll talk about here in a few slides. Now, the council, reading the law, also has the ability to protect employees who disclose information to, quote, watchdog or community-based organizations. It's the first time I've seen that type of language, I've seen that type of language used in legislation without it being defined more. So it caught my eye. Don't know necessarily what a watchdog or community-based organization is, and how this might play out, but it's giving the council this ability to expand some of the current protections and what might be a protected activity under California law quite a bit here under this new law. Also in the news last year quite a bit, the FAST Act, the original draft of the law, had this joint employer liability for the franchisors. We're going to be jointly liable for any of the franchisees' labor code violations. That was deleted from the law, so that's not in the law anymore, but that was getting the attention of a lot of people on the national level as well last year. So some silver lining to the law, the final version of the law took that out. So that was one good thing for the industry.